It's Storytime Tea. That's me, and today I'm here to tell you a story about a time I dated someone that was jealous. Very jealous. And I actually told another story about this person. This man was a character. I'm not gonna lie to you. This man was a character. But yes, that's what the story is about. I really could do a comp at this point. I could do a comp of like three of them hoes that was like this, but I feel like he was the worst. So we just gonna do it about him. And then, maybe I'll make like a short little something for the other ones. But let me set the scene. I was a little bit younger, okay? Like a cool 22. And at the time we was dating, we wasn't together yet. So this should have been one of the things, well, what I'm about to tell y'all should have been some of the things that would have led me to not be with him, but I was with him anyway. Well, I was a little slow at 22, just a little bit slow, not too slow, like I was walking, but I wasn't fast. I wasn't fast, y'all. I was a little slow. So at the time when I was 22-ish and we were dating, I'm gonna say it was like summertime, and as I told y'all, I be going on trips. I be going on so many trips, and I don't even be posting about them. I don't even be saying that until like most of my friends, they don't even know. Like 3 people would know. I'm just not even in my city. I went out of the country and ain't nobody even know. I just was going. So I just be doing stuff like that all the time. I'm just like, oh, I'm just gonna go on this trip. I be by myself. I be like with one other person. I just be gone. And so being as though this was a time where I had went on like multiple trips a month. Like every month I was going on like 2 trips. Like that's when he caught me. That's when he caught me, y'all. And like the day that I first started talking to him, but like a couple days after I started talking to him, I immediately went on a trip. Everything was fine. I talked to him during the trip, whatever. Then it was like, I don't know, like 3 weeks or a month in between that, and then I went on another trip. Right. And I went on that trip with the same person that I went on that last trip with. But the last trip was just like the 2 of us. And then this trip was like us and like 3-4 other people. And so that's how they was. And he seemed like he was upset that I went on that trip. But I ain't really care. Because I was like, bro, we not together. Get out of here. Leave me alone. I'm going on this trip. So, yeah. I get back from the trip. I'm thinking everything gonna be cool, y'all. I get back from the trip and he like, alright, I'm ready, come over. I'm like, bet. I'm like, cool. So I'm unpacking my little things and everything like that because I don't procrastinate when I get back home. I immediately unpack everything. I wash clothes. My house already clean because I leave it clean, but boom. That's how I be when I first get back. So this man get here. And I'm like in the process of washing my clothes and everything. And he's just like, oh, so you already washed your clothes and took a shower? I'm like, yeah. He's like, that's mighty suspicious of you. And I'm like, what? I'm like, what? And so I didn't think that never because I'm just like, I don't know what's going on with Shorty, but fucking. And so I just go on, and then we having conversations, we talking and everything, and he was just like, so who brought you home? And I'm just like, my friend that I went on a trip with. Oh, so he know where you live? I'm like, yeah, he know where I live. Like, I'm going on trips with him. I'm cool with him. He was like, alright. And I'm just like, I'm like, alright, the fuck? And so I go on, and then like we talking about regular stuff, like we talking about like something food related, whatever. And then later on that day, he's just like, oh, so you ain't want me to see all the stuff that you had wore on the trip? I'm just like, what do you mean? He's like, you just washed your clothes immediately, like you ain't want me to see all of the stuff that you had brought on the trip or something. Like, what, there was something in there? I was like, something in there? Something in there? Something in there? What would be in there? What? What are you talking about? He's just like, see, now you don't know what I'm talking about. I'm like, that ass. We're live, fuck you talking about? So I need you to do some clarifying. I need you to like say something and stop being vague, because I don't get it. And he was just like, it's whatever. And then he let it go. Like 20 minutes later, he was just like, oh, so did you dry your clothes yet? I want to see what was in there. I'm like, what do you mean, see what was in there? He's like, so I take my clothes out the dryer, I bring them, and then I set them on the bed. He's just like, it took you a minute to try to bring these clothes in here, but you was trying to hide something. I'm like, hide what? What's going on? What are you looking for? Whole time, this man thought I had bought lingerie on the trip, and I had some chicks and gadgets and shit inside my book bag, and so I tried to hurry up and unpack it and wash everything before he got to my house. Sir, what are you talking about? Why did you think that of me? What's going on in your head? I can't go on a trip with somebody. I'm like, bruh, he wasn't even the only one there. It was 5 of us. I was the fifth wheel. Bruh, I was literally the fifth wheel. So I'm just like, bruh, what are you talking about? I'm like, you're actually kind of crazy. But we move. So after that, and he saw that there was nothing there, he left me alone for the rest of the day. We was cool. We had a nice little time. We went out, got something to eat. Like, we chilled for real. It was a nice little day after that. Because I had got home like early. So it was like we still had a full day ahead of us. So after that, he goes home, whatever. Shit cool. So like 3 days passed. It wasn't even a whole week. Like 3 days passed. And I was like hanging out with my friend. I'm like doing his hair or something like that. So I'm doing my friend's hair, and this man calls me. And I don't answer because like I got product on my hair because I'm doing my friend's hair. So I just keep on doing my friend's hair. I'm like, oh, I'll get back to him. He called me a second time, and I'm just like, I'm literally almost done. I got like 3 little twists left for real. And then he called me a third time, and I'm just like, let me wipe my hands off. I'm like, bruh. So I go like, hold on. Hello. Like, I'm dead ass mad. I'm like, hey, what's up? He's just like, it's just mad weird that you ain't answering the phone and you got somebody at your house. And I'm just like, I'm literally doing his hair. You just doing his hair. If you just doing his hair, why you can't answer? I'm just like, have you ever done somebody's hair before? Like, I was on the phone just trying to be so calm because I was about to cuss him out. And I really don't be trying to cuss people out. I just be like, it's cool. Like, everything is just cool. But it was just like, why did you blow my phone up? Like, if I don't answer the first time, wait like a cool 10 minutes. Call me back. I'm probably going to answer. Nah, he didn't want to wait. And so, I'm just like, if you would have waited like 5 minutes, I would have been done his hair. I would have answered. Why did you just call me 3 times? So now you trying to act like I'm just being crazy and I'm being extra and I ain't even doing that for real. I just wanted you to answer the phone. Yeah, answer the phone. I'm just like, you did ask. Like, I'm like, no, like you can't be for real. Like you real fake. Like you for real fake. Like you're not real. Like this is not an actual thing. I'm literally in the middle of doing something and I told you that I was doing this. Like you've been informed the week of, the day of, an hour before. You knew this was happening. And you know that I need my hands in order to do hair, so I'm confused on why you would think that I'm about to answer the phone. And then he didn't even want nothing. That was the thing. He didn't say, oh, well, I was trying to see if I could come over, or oh, I was trying to see if you was alright, or whatever. I don't even know what he would even say. No, he just got on the phone and was bugging. I was like, this nigga crazy. I was like, yo, he wildin'. And so I'm just like, alright, I'm gonna get this to you, because the friend who I'm doing is also the friend that I sometimes go on trips with, and so maybe you think there's something going on. I'm going to give this to you. I'm going to give you this grace because I understand women do be doing crazy stuff. But I'm not them and you really making me mad. And so I'm just like, I'm going to give you this one, but just know this is the last one you fit to get. Okay? So We get off the phone. I'm thinking shit cool. I go on about my day. Because, like, and so me and that friend, I think we ended up going to, like, the market or something like that. Because I needed to go to the market. And he wasn't, like, paying me to do his hair. He would just do random things for me. Just to, you know, compensate me for doing his hair. And so he would, like, just take me to the market. Or he'll, like, make me something to eat or something. Like, just random stuff like that. So I just would do his hair all the time. But, yeah. We go to the market. I come back home. The whole time I went to the market and everything like that, he did not say nothing to me. I get back in the house. I take a shower, whatever. I'm really just spending my day just doing random things in my house because I was off. And then, at like 8 p.m., he called me and he just like, so did you have fun with your little boyfriend? And I'm just like, with my little who? With my little who? Did I have what? Did I have what with my little who? And he's like, so now you don't know what I'm talking about. I'm like, why is that your favorite question? Obviously not. Obviously I don't know what you're talking about because you bugging. Stop bugging. And so then he's just like, I'm outside. I'm like, alright, the fuck? Like, and so I open the door. Well, I go to the door, open the front door, then go to the second door, close that motherfucker behind us, and I'm like, alright now, what's up? He's just like, nothing, I just had to see. I'm like, you had to see what? If it was somebody in here. If it was somebody in here. I'm like, alright, yo, I'm not even. You got it, buddy, you got it. You definitely got it. Whatever. We spend the rest of the night together. He don't geek me the whole rest of the night. Shit's cool for real. Like, we're chilling. Everything is fine. Then, like, I don't know, a week's time passed. And so I'm planning a whole new trip. I was unhinged this year. I was unhinged at that point in time. Because I literally just kept on going on trips like they could not stop me. So, he was just like, oh, you planning another trip? Who you going with? And I was just like, I haven't decided yet. I don't really know. I'm going to just put some feelers out there. Just text everybody like, hey, I'm trying to go on this trip. Who want to go on this trip? And he was just like, so you just be going on trips and you don't even be having a plan. You don't even really know what you want to do. I'm like, bro, I figured it out along the way. Like, I'm going to plan out a whole trip, have all the details set, and then I'm going to hit people up so that they don't got to even do no work. All they got to do is supply money and show up. And then everything will be cool. Because then, it's more likely for people to come. When people got to plan stuff, they start getting sketchy. I don't want people to get sketchy. I just want you to know that you're coming or know that you're not coming. And then that's it. And so I'm just like, yeah, I'm planning a trip. Like, bruh, I'm like, bruh, I'm going to Vegas or wherever I was going. I'm just like, bruh, yeah, I'm going there for real. And I'm like, bruh, I'm going to Hawaii. Like, it was just like, I'm just going to plan a trip and then either people show up or they don't. I don't care. So he's just like, oh, I know you about to invite old shorty. I'm just like, I am, because he the most reliable friend I got to go on trips with. He always got money and he usually is available. So yeah, I'm going to invite him. Like, what you mean? I'm like, do you want to come? You can come. He's just like, nah, I'm gonna be working. I'm just like, I'm like, all right, Joe. Like, I don't get what's going on here, but cool. So that friend ended up, the one that I usually go on trips with, he ended up not going or whatever. But one of my other friends was just like, oh yeah, I'll go with you, whatever. And so it was supposed to be like one guy, one girl. And I was like, all right, cool. I tell him who the people is. I'm like, it's him and it's her. I'm like, I went to school with her and this guy, like, I grew up with him, whatever. Okay. Then it turned into something completely different. He's just like, yeah, I never seen him before. And I'm just like, okay. He's like, yeah, like, you just really be coming up with friends for real. Like, I don't even get why you would even want to go on a trip with him. You don't even know him like that. I'm just like, who don't know him like that? I literally told you we grew up together. Like, what do you mean? And then, like, I didn't understand why he was so pressed about this man when the girl looked better than the guy. So I'm just like, she looked better than him. She got more of a chance. Do you see her skin? It's glowing. She is chocolatey. She cute. Nobody's worried about this man. person. But that's not even the point. The main point is you're geeking. So I'm just like, bruh, no, get out of here. I'm just like, I do know him. I know him well enough to go on a trip with him. I literally know his grandmother. I know his mother. I know all his brothers. I know his one sister. I know where he lived. I know where he worked. I'm like, I know this man. How you gonna tell me I don't know him just because you don't know him? I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, let's be fucking for real. So he's just like, oh, right, okay. And I just never heard of him. And this is just some man that's just gonna go on a trip. He paying for it? I'm like, paying for what? Yeah, he paying for himself. Why wouldn't he pay for himself? I'm not paying for him. He's like, no, is he paying for you? And I'm just like, why would he be paying for me? I'm like, I already done bought my plane ticket. I'm like, who told, like, what world do you be living in, baby? What world? And so I'm just like, all right, Joe. And like, these are flags. Like, this is flag, just throwing them over. Like, we on the field with it. Like, I'm just like, you really throwing these motherfucking flags like we on the field with it. And I'm just like, oh, okay. Dumb. Like, I don't know. I don't even know why I was entertaining this. But I really was just going along with it. I swear, because it was just like, he would just be so good for like a period of time. And I'd be like, oh, thanks, it's great. And then he would do stuff like this. So I'm just like, bruh. And so after that trip, I was like, I'm just cool on the trips. Because like, it's something up with this man. Like he really mad that I'm going on these trips. And he really thinking that there's something going on that's not going on. So I to ease his mind, I'm going to just go ahead and just not go on no trip for the next 2 months. I'm going to just chill for real. Like, I'm going to just be minding my business. I'm going to just go to the work. I'm just going to go to the gym. I'm just going to get to the bag. And then I'm going to get to the bed. That's what I said. I'm going to get to the bag and then I'm going to get to the bed. I'm not even going nowhere. I'm just going to chill for real. Okay? So that's what I did for those 2 months. And then I started planning another trip. Obviously, like, what? And so I started planning another trip. And he was just like, oh, is you going to go with your number 1 boo or you going to take your number 2 boo? And I'm just like, my number who? Like, every single time he said something, I just was so confused initially because I'm just like, what is he talking about? Because I be trying to use logic. Can't use logic with niggas. You can't do that. You cannot use logic with these men because that's not what they operate on. They operate on mystical fantasies and probabilities of some bullshit. That's what they do. They function on made up scenarios in their head. That's what they function on. They be saying women is crazy. No. I don't want to say that. I'm not going to talk about my people. It's y'all. It's y'all men in these crazy scenarios y'all be making up in your head. Because why is he talking about boo number 1 and boo number 2 and I never even kissed either one of these men? Like, we do not be holding hands as we walk down the street. Like, what's going on? Where's you getting this from? And I'm just like, I'm single and so I'm going to do whatever I want to do. But I don't want to do those things. And it's crazy that you are projecting. Like, are you doing these things? And so you saying that I gotta be doing these things? Because I ain't never done gave you no reason for you to be acting like this to me. To me? So I'm just like, bruh, you're bugging. And so I just ignored his whole comment. I'm like, boo number 1 or boo number 2. Whatever. I go on about my day. I plan my trip. And then I ended up not actually going on the trip because something happened with somebody that I was close with and I kind of needed to be in town to tend to them. And so I canceled the trip and I didn't go. And I waited into the next month in order to go on the trip. So it was a whole 3-month time period where I didn't go on no trips. But yeah, besides the point. So we were just hanging out and it was a random day. It was like a week after I canceled the trip. And one of my friends called me. And the friend that called me was the friend that ended up having all of the stuff going on with them. So I'm like, what's up? And so I go in the other room because they seem hysterical on the phone. And I'm just like, well, I don't really, like, I'm not going to turn my volume down. But I also don't want him to know what's going on with them. So I'm going to just go in the other room. And so I'm like, yeah, talking to them, whatever, trying to get them to calm down. Just talking to them, just having a regular little conversation. Nothing crazy coming out of my mouth. And we was on the phone for like a cool 10 minutes. Then they was like, all right, I feel good. I'm fine. Like, I'm going to be all right. Thank you for talking to me. Whatever, whatever. I'm going to text you. I'm like, all right, bet. We get off the phone. I go back out to the living room or whatever. And then he was just like, here you go. And I'm like, here I go? Like, I really be confused. I'm like, here I go. Here I go. What do you mean by that? He's like, now you going into the other room to talk to niggas, and I can't even believe that you would do something like that. Like, they couldn't have waited. Like, you see that I'm here, I'm trying to spend time with you, and this is how you acting. And I'm like, is it crack? Like, what is it? What is it? What's happening here? Like, what's actually going on? What's actually going on? Like, what drug is it? Like, I don't understand. I'm confused. And so he's just like, well, let me clear up the confusion. What I'm trying to say is, you talking to all of these other people and you think that I don't see what's going on. Like, I'm smarter than that. You can't play me. And I'm like, nigga. Like, yo, I was so fed up. Like, I'm just like, bruh, we was cool for a little minute here. We was cool for a little minute here. And now you're bugging again. Why are you bugging? Like, are you dumb? Like, where are you getting this stuff from? Like, do you actually have a problem? Like, do you need help? Do you seek assistance? Because I can't help you with it. Like, I don't know what's going on in here. Like, is it on? Like, are you okay? Is somebody at home? Like, I don't get it. And so I'm just like, bruh, no, get out of here. I'm like, I'm not about to keep on playing these games with you. I was like, if you want to leave, you can leave. Because I'm not about to beg no man to forgive me for me not doing the things that he is accusing me of doing. You're wilding. And I'm not going to partake in that. Like, I'm not going to help further your thoughts on it or try to get you to not believe it. Like, it is whatever you think it is for real, because I don't really care no more. Because I'm just like, we do this every other day at this point. Like, this is a part of your character. Like, you just be thinking something going on and you just think you know everything. And you don't. You don't. You're actually quite slow, to be honest. The fact that you really think you onto something and you not just mean that you actually slow. So, I'm gonna let you be slow. I'm gonna let you be slow. So, after that, he was like, yeah, I'm just gonna leave because I ain't dealing with this. I'm gonna go wherever, whatever. I'm just like, you can go to anybody's house you want to go to. You can go home. You can go to her number 2 house, her number 3 house. It don't really matter to me because I'm not ready to talk to you no more because you're bugging. And this is like the 10th time that you done did this in like the last 5 months. And we not even together. So I don't know what it is that you want me to do. And like, so he went home. Once he got home, he texted me, he got home and just was like, all right, maybe I was just over the top today. I don't know, it just riled me up. I changed my mind. Like, I ain't going to talk to nobody else. We good. I'm like, okay, the fuck? I'm like, all right, like, what are you saying? Like, nobody cares at this point because you're always being over dramatic, so it's less important to me. Like, at first, every single time something happened, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, no, let's fix it. But now I'm just like, bro, this literally just, you're just going to do this. You're just going to do this. And, like, I'm just going to be here, like, okay. Because I'm like, at this point, you're making stuff up. I'm just like, all right. Like, and then the thing was, it was like, he was always jealous about my friends and not actually the other people that I was talking to. Like, I literally had a whole girl that, like, I was actually interested in and I was actually talking to her. But I guess he just figured, well, it's a woman and no woman can steal my girl from me, so it's cool. That's not true. That's actually not true, and you shouldn't believe that. I can be stole by a woman. I can't be stole by no man, but I can be stole by a woman. So you definitely was not on the money with that assumption. But I digress. So after that, he did a bunch of little miscellaneous ridiculous things, and he was on some, oh, if you out past 10, you must be doing something hoish. I don't know. It was crazy. Like, it didn't matter what friend I was with. Like, it didn't matter if it was the one that I went on trips with or not. he just always was just like, I'm up to something. It was one friend that he allowed me to have that he just thought that I would never talk to. So he just believed that he was a safe friend. And that was literally the only friend. Every other friend, he was just like, I'm up to something. like my friend literally got me, I think my friend bought me a cake. My friend bought me a cake because they wasn't able to come to my birthday or something like that. And so they got me this cake from this place that I like. The cake was something crazy. But yeah, my friend got me this cake and he's just like, oh, so you got niggas celebrating your birthday with you separately? I'm like, all he did was drop a cake off. I can't eat cake. He was like, oh, so he gave you a cake and you gave him some cake. I'm like, bro, what? I'm like, that was not an exchange of cake. There wasn't an exchange of cake. What drugs do you take? There wasn't an exchange of cake. I'm like, what are you talking about? Please save you from the shackles of this fucking unhingedness. Like, you cannot be for real right now. So I was done. I was just like, bruh, like, I can't even get a birthday gift. Like, I can't even get a birthday gift for my birthday from my friend because it's my birthday. Like, I'm just like, bruh, this is crazy. And so it just seemed like every turn, it was just him being upset about somebody doing something for me or showing up for me or whatever. Like, it didn't even really have to be anything. Like, I'm spending time with somebody that's of the male identifying gender, whatever you want to say, like, and it's just like, I can't believe you. He has a penis and you want to be around him. This is blasphemy. Shut the fuck up. Like, you knew what it was when you signed up. You already knew that I had male friends. So what are you going on about? What is going on? So I'm just like, yeah. And then I really ended up getting in a relationship with this man. Like, why did I do that? Like, 10 months of me wasting my time. But good things came out of the relationship. I started listening to King Von. And that's like #1 for my gym list. So, you know, my gym playlist go crazy. It's just a lot of that on my gym playlist. But, you know, yeah. That's how that was. And I'm literally only going to say the things about him in this one because I'm going to make some shorts about the other jealous people that I've done been with because I'm not even going to get them 20 minutes of my time. So, yeah. For me, story time Tish, the tea is over. Peace and love.